3 for 3 tonight, 12 for 14 since the All-Star break. And a single away from hitting for the cycle in 6 innings.
Inside, it hit him. It got him on the left arm. No hit for Bobby Witt Jr. He takes his base on a hit by pitch.
Well, that's not going to make Junior happy, any of his teammates, and any one of the fans here tonight.
That will stir him up, and he may have just got one of his teammates hit tonight.
Yep, I'm sure now they'll definitely retaliate, I would imagine.
1 on, 2 out. Knew that was coming. They had a guy that was hit. We had a guy that was hit.
What a way to start off the work week with a Royals win that had absolutely everything you could want from it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Welcome to the Royals Recap. My name is Jacob Milham. I'm one half of the Royals Rundown podcast. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm coming to you moments after the final pitch in the series opener against the Arizona Diamondbacks, where the Royals whooped up on the visiting NL opponent 10-4, out hitting them 15-8, and just thoroughly beating them in every aspect of the game. What are the headlines? Let's be honest. We're going to be seeing a John Boy Media breakdown of the kerfuffle, if you will, at home plate, rightfully so. So I'll be looking forward to that. I do want to start off with Bobby Witt Jr. I think that's where we have to start. Tripled in the first, doubled in the third, hit a 3-run jack in the fourth. And we were on cycle watch for the majority of this game. He had 2 more plate appearances after that. And that's where the drama came into the game. I said this game had everything. And it's not a complete sporting event without a little bit of drama. All right, he got hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. And, you know, when he falls just a single shy of the cycle, it is, I've never been more disappointed in a 3-hit game in my life. I mean, let's be real though. This is his 4th consecutive 3-hit game. He is coming out of the All-Star break. Absolutely. We've heard all the words, magma, on fire. He's just otherworldly right now. 12 for 15 in 4 games since the All-Star break, matching Johnny Damon's streak of games with at least 3 hits that was set back in 2000. The longest in franchise history is still held by George Brett, who had 6 straight games with 3 hits all the way back in 1976. All right, so that's, I get it. We got mixed feelings on Johnny Damon, but whenever you're in the conversation with George Brett, hey, that is good company to be in, if you ask me. This was also the 8th time in Bobby's career that he's fallen just 1 leg short of the cycle. But just the first time, it was the single that he was missing. He almost hit for the cycle back on July 4th this month, and he almost did it multiple times in 2023. So he's just proven why he's a superstar, why he deserved that all-star berth. And I do think that folks need to go back and reevaluate their criticism of him appearing in the home run derby, saying that was going to mess up his swing. He looks just fine to me. Speaking of folks whose swings looked pretty good, got to talk about Hunter Renfroe. He got a homer in the 5th inning, his 9th home run on the season in his last 44 games, because his overall stats are still hampered by just a terrible start to the year. But if you look at his last 44, which is a big sample size, he's hitting .293 with 22 RBI and good for an 880 OPS in that span. That's absolutely what this lineup needs. And you may not look at by seeing, the little ticker on the bottom of the screen, but Hunter Renfroe is a very valuable member of this Royals lineup right now. Salvador Perez, he's gonna make a lot of fans tonight for his reaction to Bobby Witt Jr. getting plunked and then the ejection following. But he did his job in the lineup tonight, hitting a 2-run jack off of Gilbert Diaz in the 3rd inning, turning a 3-2 deficit into a 4-3 lead. That was his 23rd go-ahead RBI on the year. We talk about Vinny Sackfly RBIs all the time. Salvy's getting it done with just putting his team ahead. All right. This was his 4th home run in 9 games. All right. So, he's battling Bobby Witt for the team lead in home runs. That's always a good problem to have with both of them tied up at 18 right now. Also, one more bit on Salvy. He finished the night with 4 total bases because of that homer, but that gives him 2,598 on his career. All right, that's a lot, but that also puts him at 6th most in Royals history. He passed up Willie Wilson tonight, and now he's chasing Alex Gordon, who he's only 24 total bases behind. All right, so Salvy's he's climbing up the catcher-related leaderboards, but now he's still consistently climbing up the Royals-related leaderboards. Absolutely love it. Lastly, for hitters, Michael Garcia, he had a 2-hit game. He's now hit safely in 10 straight starts since June 5th, during which since July 5th, during which he is batting .351. All right. They talked about it on the broadcast a little bit. I wrote a piece about it on Kings of Kaufman for release this morning. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mindset thing, but the numbers prove that Garcia is performing like a leadoff hitter, but he is just doing so down the lineup. And we can discuss that till we're blue in the face. Like, oh, well, it's not really valuable if it's so far in the lineup. Well, I think we saw the value in that tonight, especially with the performance that Kyle Isbell had. Let's say when the bottom 2 guys are working in this lineup, that just further sets the table for Bobby Witt Jr., for Vinny Pasquantino, for Salvador Perez. I still believe that they can't keep trotting Adam Frazier out there in the leadoff spot. He went 1 for 5 tonight, and that one hit was a very fortunate near foul ball bunt. But when you have Garcia having 2 hits, Isbell having 3 hits with 2 RBI, like when your 8-9 guys are totaling 5 of the team's 15 hits, that's pretty damn good. All right, let's talk about some of the other guys we haven't talked about. I already talked about Frazier. I talked about Witt. Vinny Pasquantino quietly, had a 3-hit game with 1 RBI, raising his OPS up a little bit more. I know fans aren't super happy with his performance yet this year, but Vinny got it done, raising his OPS to 731 on the season. Michael Massey was the only Royal who went hitless tonight, which was slightly surprising. He was in the DH spot batting behind Salvy. Hunter Renfroe had that 1 hit. Drew Waters had a hit and a walk. Some great aggressive base running by him. With MJ Melendez resuming on-field activities, I do have to wonder if that's put a little bit of fire in Waters' step. Can he make the case that he should be the guy to stay up on the 26-man roster? I don't know if even an electric performance could make that case or make that happen, but at least he's doing what he can control. And overall, the Kansas City Royals just kept on getting it done with runners in scoring position, going 4 for 8. But this offensive onslaught from the Royals really overshadowed a solid pitching performance from Cole Ragans, earning his 7th win on the year. Another quality start. The Royals' 4th straight quality start from their rotation. Absolutely insane stuff. He pitched 6 innings with 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Not the typical Cole Ragans start that we're used to. David Lesky did point out that Reagan's velocity was down across the board, and I went on Baseball Savant and verified that. It wasn't just the fastball. It was his entire arsenal was down. But when it's that consistent and taking into consideration it's been 10 days since his last start, he did have, he pitched an inning in the All-Star game, but I mean, what's that really going to do for his rhythm? So hopefully it is just a mechanical thing and not a health-related thing, but we'll see how he looks his next start out. Let's see what he did. He did something else. What else did he do? Pretty good. Oh, this is what I was trying to find. In 33 starts since making his Royals debut back on July 15th, 2023, he's now 12-8 with a 3.01 ERA and 235 strikeouts. That's good for nearly 11 Ks over 9 innings. He is living up to the top of the rotation billing that he's getting. It still blows my mind that the Royals got him and another prospect for a few months of Aroldis Chapman. I get it. The Rangers got a World Series ring out of that trade, or at the end of that postseason, excuse me. But I think the Royals really won that trade. There's no doubt about it. Your Kansas City Royals are now sitting at 56-45. You heard that right, 56 wins. The reason why that might sound familiar is because that matched their total wins from last year. That's right, 101 games into the 2024 season, with 61 games left on the schedule. And the Royals have already matched their win total. That is crazy to me. If you go back to where they were sitting at game 101 last year, the record was 28-73. All right, they have doubled their win total in that same span. And I put up a poll on the podcast episode yesterday asking who was worse, the 2023 Royals or the 2024 White Sox. And that record just goes to show that those teams ain't too far apart. This, if you're not watching the scoreboards yet, you'll need to start. The Yankees are sliding. The Guardians are sliding. The Twins are scuffling. The Red Sox are scuffling right now. They did not have a very kind series out in Los Angeles. I'm pulling up the wild card standings right now because I need to verify this with my own eyes. As of this recording, the Kansas City Royals sit in the second wild card spot, and they have a half-game lead over the Minnesota Twins. You heard that right. They're on the third. They're not, a couple of games out. They have a healthy margin between them and the Boston Red Sox. They're 8-2 over their last 10 games, the best 10-game record in the AL and tied for the best in all of Major League Baseball, only tied with the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are also 8-2. Things are looking up for the boys in blue, guys. If you're not already tuning in to more of these games, you need to change that. And having a dramatic game on a Monday night just further proves that point. And I do want to go ahead and take a look at the standings because I think this is tightening up in the division even. All right. Now we're not just looking at the wild card standings. They're 4 games behind the Guardians right now. They sit alone in second place ahead of the Minnesota Twins right now. All right. I'm liking it as you should too. But you got to go check out RoyalsReview.com. Go check them out tonight. Go check them out in the morning. Just if there's anything you need to know that's going on with the Royals, it's over at RoyalsReview.com. I also highly suggest going and engaging with other fans and their takes down in the comment section. That is actually a very healthy comment section for all things Kansas City Royals related. But coming up on the other side of the ad break, I am curious who Bally scrounged up today. There's a lot of folks to choose from. I know we're going to hear from Bobby Witt Jr. I'm absolutely sure we're going to hear from manager Matt Quatraro. But stay tuned after these words from our sponsors.
Well, guess who is joining us down in the field once again? Bobby Witt Jr. What a night once again. This crowd was electric.
I don't know what you're feeling right now. I know you got all the talent in the world. How have you been able to be so locked in coming out of the break?
I'm just having fun. We're just trying to prepare as best we can, just try to put some wins together and just keep taking it day by day.
I know in the end it's all about wins, but as you start going and you got the homer and the double and the triple, here comes Salvi. Can't even get out of the way of that, the force of the splash. You just want to have fun and win games. You're clearly doing that, but out of the home run derby, it looks like you're seeing everything so well. You've made 3 outs since we came back to play baseball. What's working so well for you?
I'm really just trying to keep it as simple as possible, just trying to see ball, hit ball. I know that sounds pretty cliche, but it's working, so I'm just going to keep doing that and just keep trying to get on the base pass, score some runs so we can win some ball games.
You took care of the hard parts first. All that you had left was the single. First off, what happened on the hit by pitch?
Yeah, it just kind of came up and in, got me in the arm, and then, yeah. That's really it.
And then I know you're just going up there trying to compete. This crowd was sitting there ready for the Royals' first cycle since 1990. How much in the 8th inning are you thinking about that single?
Yeah, I definitely want to do it for the fans. These fans are awesome out here. So, yeah. It was actually kind of funny. Some guy in the front row said, hit for the cycle or something, my first at-bat. I think him right there. And I was like, after the first 3 at-bats, I'm like, dang, this dude needs to come to every game. But, yeah, so it was pretty cool.
All right, dude that called the cycle, you need to come back every single game.
He didn't call it because I choked at the end, but whatever.
I don't know that we would call it choked. I know you weren't in the middle of all this stuff, but this crowd was amped up. Your team was amped up. It doesn't look good on the hit by pitch. And I know that you weren't in the middle of it, but when you see a Salvi back there, I know everybody feels good with Salvi. What does it mean to see the captain having your back, his team's back?
Yeah, he's got everyone's back. That's why he's the captain for a reason. And so it's pretty special to be able to be a teammate with him the past few years, and for years to come, he's one of one for sure.
4 games out of the break, 4-0. Safe to say that the boys are having some fun?
No, they're playing some ball for sure.
There we go. Bobby Witt Jr.
It's hard to describe, I mean, the power he displays, the poise at the plate, it's like he's playing a different game, and even the guys, they're all like, are you kidding me? Just because Castro is no easy right-hander to face, and he comes in there that first pitch, and you don't expect him to hit a homer, but I guess he maybe start trying to expect it. It's incredible what he's doing right now, absolutely incredible.
What was your perspective with?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that he got hit. I don't know what to really think about the intent behind it. He handled it the way he should have. He's a pro. He went to first, ran the bases hard. We scored a run. The unfortunate part for me was just that it's hard to see another team talking to your players, and that's what was the most frustrating thing. I think that's why it got out of hand. Yeah, the top of the 7th. Yeah.
Was that
No, I mean, Schreiber throws a ton of sinkers, sliders away, sinkers in. We're not trying to hit somebody. We're trying to finish that game. Guys haven't pitched in a week.
What's your perspective of Cole Rings?
I was impressed. His stuff was good, like it usually is. He gives up the home run. I didn't go back and look at it, but that looked like a pretty good pitch. Marte went down and got it, and then he keeps us right there for another 3 or 4 innings, whatever it was. And to do that, that's a good lineup, and they got a lot of good right-handed hitters in there. So probably not his best outing, but to give us 6 innings and keep us, get the lead there and keep it, that was really impressive.
And overall, offensively, outside of what Bobby did today, what did you think of Kyle Isbell and Hunter Renfroe coming through for you guys in the clutch?
Yeah, I think we had 15 or 16 hits. Guys swung the bat great. Izzy had a couple big hits. Michael had a couple big hits. Vinny had a few hits. They put really quality at bats together, and we got down early, and they fought back, and that was really impressive to do that, but also to continue to add on.
Against Diaz specifically, those appearances and approaches?
Well, he's got a quick arm, and when you see a guy like that the first time, he can disrupt your timing. And I thought the second time around, I thought the guys did a better job of understanding what he was trying to do to us. Laid off some tough sliders and put good swings on the ball.
To go back really quick, I just wanted to make sure, what were those conversations like? I'll be getting into that.
I mean, it's just a lot of passion going on. I mean, the clearly nobody in the ballpark was happy Bobby got hit, but we don't carry that over. We're out there. It's just I don't want to speak for what they thought, but it's just when you're talking to another team's player, that's not cool.
What's it mean to the team to see Salvi so fired up in that moment, having Bobby's back?
Well, Salvi's fired up every day. I mean, that's how he plays, and he said earlier in the game after the home run, that's the best player I've ever played with, and that's a big that's a big thing to put on his shoulders. And Salvi cares more than anybody, for not only for winning games, but for this city and this franchise. And that's the passion he plays with. That's the joy he brings to the game every day.
All right, y'all, that is just about going to do it for us tonight on the Royals recap. Thank you so much for joining along with us. Like Jeremy and I have said, the whole comment section thing on Spotify has been really wonky, so I do apologize if you have been responding and we just haven't seen it. I know I have a couple to catch up on. So on our full-length episode, Christopher Palmer said, this team is so fun to watch. How about those Royals? And yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. And Luke57 says, woo, the boys are playing some ball. And then also Christopher Palmer commenting after the Chicago White Sox sweep, this team is so fun. Couldn't agree more, guys. Thank you so much for your support and engaging with us on Spotify. Let's go over to the poll that I talked about. Are the 2024 White Sox better or worse than the 2023 Kansas City Royals? 25% of you said better, and 75% said worse. I'm going to have to lean worse, even though the records are fairly similar. There is absolutely nothing going for the Chicago White Sox right now, but we'll get to see them again down the road. So hopefully we stack up a few more wins against them. Oh, wait, hold on. What's this? Oh, I'm actually getting a caller. I'm going to have to dust off that old telephone. All right. Welcome to the Royals recap. Who is this?
Woo!
How's this guy again?
What a game! Oh, if Bobby had only got that single, I'm sure that if that Castellanos hadn't hit him, he'd have had the cycle. But maybe tomorrow. Maybe he'll hit it tomorrow. The Royals aren't going to lose again after this All-Star break, are they? I don't think they are. I think Bobby's gonna get 3 hits every night, and they're gonna win every game. And everybody else is losing all their games. So go Royals!
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. If you ever want to call in, I'm not going to give you my phone number. I don't know how this guy got it, but he did somehow. And frankly, he's entertaining enough. I ain't gonna block him or nothing. All right, I'm gonna get on out of here. I got work in the morning. Thank you so much for joining me on the Royals recap. If you want to follow along with us on social media, our links are down in the podcast description below, so make sure to go check those out. Go check out royalsreview.com. And once again, my name is Jacob Milham. Until next time, go Royals.